BuffaloBrotherhood.com.
Good evening, Steve Winwood. This is the Buffalo Brotherhood weekly podcast, the BOBcast. This is episode 96. I am not Steve Winwood, nor am I necessarily a huge Steve Winwood fan.
You're an idiot if you're not.
What's 96 backwards?
Thank you, Doug.
69, dude.
Across
Sodom and Gomorrah still tied at 69.
So the voices you've heard respectively have been Mikey and Doug. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey.
I'm gonna throw. We have lots of guests here this evening in the lodge, and I'm trying to think here. Would this be our fourth female guest?
Well, we had 3 of 2 Valentines. Was that last Valentine's or the Valentine's before that? When we did.
That would have been 2 years ago.
2 years
hey,
ago.
96 is
Wow.
an untouchable number.
That's right.
Just so you know. It's an octagonal number.
So anyway, the fourth female joining us
number.
tonight is
Carissa Hyatt.
And she is joined by a friend of the show and repeating guest,
Paul.
And Paul has brought a friend,
Robert.
And they've all joined us tonight for our Before the Break episode as we just talk about what's going on in the world today. I assume that's what we were still talking about, right? We weren't going to flip-flop. Mikey, if you can tell, has a bit of the flu and maybe on some medicine at this point. So.
No, actually, Sarah, I told Sarah she brought me dinner and she's like, "Do you want me to get something to drink?" I said, "Yeah. Give me a Red Bull, but don't give me the small one. I don't like the little 8-ounce ones." So she brought me a 20-ounce Red Bull. And I was like, well,
Was that like $20?
I'm going to have to drink it. I mean, I'm going to open it. So, yeah, that's what I said. I said, "How much was it?" She goes, "I don't know." That's how she is. And I don't know. I just got it. I just grab it. That's what she does. She's, I just,
And we wonder
you
why
said
this
Red Bull, I just got
country's
it.
in debt.
So, yeah.
Is it a little bit like your wedding night? I don't know. I just grabbed it.
Right. Har, 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 har.
Har, 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 har.
Hardy, har, har, har.
Well, what...
That's what you get.
What news stories do we want to start with this evening, guys? We've got lots of stuff going on in the world.
We do.
Let me get this out of the way right away, if I can.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Star Wars Force Awakens is expected to go $2 billion globally. $900 million domestic. That's all I need to say about Star Wars. Iowa caucuses were earlier this week. Super Bowl is going on as we post the show, so we have no idea who won.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? I haven't looked at the odds yet at all.
Never tell me
Never
the
tell me
odds.
the odds. You beat me to it.
I would say,
You set yourself up for that joke.
you're
not allowed to do that.
You can't feed yourself.
Sure I can.
We Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Versus the Denver Broncos.
Right.
I mean, locally here at the Lodge area, we've got a Denver Bronco, Peyton Manning connection, as it used to be the Colts quarterback. And I don't know if you're a Colts fan or not. Then obviously you probably have mixed feelings about him going back to the Super Bowl with another team.
Really? Shouldn't we
But then if you've
Bills
ever
fans
watched-
here at the Lodge?
Care less.
I mean,
We're not Buffalo, man.
I'm just...
They constantly feed off all of our social networking. Anytime we try to post anything, Buffalo Brotherhood, they're always like, "Buffalo Bills, you mean? Nope, Brotherhood. Buffalo, New York, you mean? Nope, Brotherhood. Buffalo Wild Wings? Shut up, dude. No."
We're getting there.
Yeah.
You should have chose a different name.
No, what? No, okay, this is...
You're saying that 96 episodes in.
I think we need to go a different direction with the name.
4 more episodes 100, Mikey's finally going to get his new opening finished.
Shut
and
up.
in the new opening, we're going to have a different name.
Here, I'll take that time to do that when you guys come over a half hour early and set up all the audio equipment. Okay.
I help.
Or I'll give you guys the show and you can post it. No? Okay.
I could do that now. You just show me how.
That's true.
I could do that now.
You could go through and pull clips out of sound bites too.
I don't have any of the...
Audacity, it's free. There you go.
Can I put that on my computer without a risk of getting a
very
virus?
snippy.
Yes,
tonight.
Audacity.
Okay, then I will do that.
Yeah,
I will do that.
Open source.
I will do that. Okay, I will help. Episode
Okay.
100, that's my
Okay.
job. Okay, so back to the Super Bowl. Back to the Super Bowl. You have the old
Yes.
man versus the up and coming star.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning will be the oldest starting quarterback to start a Super Bowl. He will also be the only starting quarterback to start the Super Bowl with two different teams. Typically,
Yeah.
when a quarterback wins you the Super Bowl, you don't let him go be a starter for another team. You might Hasselback style enroll him out when he's older and maybe late in the season has to start, but he wasn't the starting quarterback. And then you have to remember, like, Peyton sat like half the season because the Broncos are retarded and don't deserve to win the Super Bowl. I kind of want to see the Panthers win. I want to see Peyton like throw for like 500 yards and get beat by 1 point. But that 1 point has to be Cam Newton throwing the ball 90 yards and catching himself in to make it for a touchdown. I think it's possible. Honestly.
The Carolina Panthers are a 5.5 point favorite to beat the Broncos, according to Vegas Insider. The over/under for the game is set at 45.5.
Lot of points.
Seems high.
A lot of points.
CBS will broadcast the game beginning at 5:30 Central Time.
Now, I'm just curious: are
6:30
those
PM
the
Eastern.
odds before the guy on the practice squad got busted in the prostitution squaring? Or
This was posted today at 12 a.m.
so the release of the guy from the practice squad has probably been factored in. Did you guys? Do you know what I'm
No,
talking about?
I have no clue.
You guys, okay. Well, okay. So earlier, or towards the end of last week, essentially, when the Broncos actually got to San Francisco, one of the things like a large city does, even Indianapolis, when the Super Bowl comes in, is they stage lots and lots of prostitution stings. Because when you have to pay like $400 for a room at the Hotel 6,
Yeah.
prostitution is a problem during the Super Bowl. Human trafficking is a problem during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know like human trafficking is like a big deal.
Well, what do you think that they were doing trafficking those humans to the Super Bowl if it wasn't for prostitution?
Well, I'm saying
You think they were all there just to sell like
trafficking, I think trafficking is different than prostitution. I mean,
not in the U.S.
Yeah.
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 Not in the U.S. Not
So
really.
it's the same thing.
Well, in other places, human trafficking might go and like
I understand you sell a woman for sex, but when I think of prostitution, I think of in the U.S. I think of prostitution as a woman doing it on her own kind of thing.
Okay,
Not being forced. Forced. There's always that forced thing into it. But what I'm saying is that like
it's not. Nobody forced you.
some pimp is forcing her to do it. Yeah, but
Julia
might have to
Julia
slap her, but-
Roberts never had a pimp.
right.
When she met
And
Richard
she did
Gere.
it on her own. So I don't think that's trafficking.
But
if you're doing it on
I'm
your
talking
own.
about when it's of this scale and this size of what happens in these events when the Super Bowl shows up. That's trafficking.
The locals are coming out.
See, I heard about this before, but then there was actually, I read an article. There's actually some in-depth like statistical analysis of that.
Don't
and it's
tell me the
really,
good
really,
side of
really
this.
overblown.
You can't tell me the local prostitutes are not like going. Well,
The
I'm
human trafficking
I'm staying away
part,
from that area. It's
not
too
the
popular.
prostitution.
Like
I don't know. I'm not gonna.
It's probably a fair mix.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you pull up in the corner, you find the one with the doesn't have an accent. I guess you ask questions really fast.
that's racist.
Well, you just
Is
want
it
to support.
racist?
You just want to support, American products, right?
Right, exactly.
Keep your
Right.
dollar here. Huh?
Yeah,
Well, anyway, so the San Francisco PD basically staged all these prostitution stings. And
is that where it's at?
yeah, it's at Levi's Stadium, and then they actually got like one of the players from the Broncos, but he isn't like somebody who even starts. He was like a eighth string wide receiver guy that was on the practice squad. That essentially his team made it to the Super Bowl, so he gets a free flight out. And he even, I mean,
I just don't
goes to
understand.
tell you how much these guys are getting paid when like a guy who will never see the light of day and never sell a jersey has enough money to afford an entourage, because his whole entourage went to jail, but he was just there for he didn't understand what was going on, so they let him walk.
Yeah,
This really all compares. It all pales in comparison to when they finally release the information that Peyton Manning is actually a Metalunan.
Doug, when are you going to bring something to the table, man? When are you going to bring something to the table?
Have you never seen This Island Earth?
Okay, no, Doug.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I've never seen it by itself.
Yeah.
I've seen the Mystery Science Theater version.
Only a Metalunan.
Should
May
we,
your forehead grow like the mighty oak.
should we be seeing this? Anyways,
His forehead has grown a lot in later in life.
So that HGH.
that's the thing. Have you ever seen the comparisons of Barry Bonds' head? Like when he was a rookie compared to when his last season was, his head is like 6 times the size of what it was.
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't doubt it. I mean, there's so much money at stake, and so these guys are driven by profane standards to get to where they are, and they're
All I want to know is it was Al Jazeera that broke that. So, what'd he do to piss off the Muslims? That's what I want to know. What did Peyton do?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You know, I don't
They didn't
know.
like the Chrysler commercials, apparently.
His head
That's
got
quite the stark contrast there.
They're
his
looking at a
head got
picture.
bigger.
They're looking at a
receding
picture.
hairline.
Yep.
His head got a little bigger there.
Well, yeah. You look at his rookie. You look at his rookie baseball. We're talking about Barry Bonds now, by the way. You look at his rookie baseball card. He weighs like 150. By like he's like 240 pounds. And he's not like a fat 240 either. He's like, I've eaten a man and he's living inside me, 240 pounds.
I thought the Metalunan reference was actually really good.
Let it go,
Ryan.
Doug. Let it go. Let it
It's
go.
very, very-
Let's move on past it.
Very
So,
clever.
right now the game's going on. Who do you think's going to win the game, Mike? Just pick one.
Broncos, I guess.
Okay. Do you have a favorite coming in, Robert?
I think the smart money's got to be on the Panthers.
I know, man. They looked amazing in the championship game. It was ridiculous. Paul, you got a favorite?
No, I don't really watch football. I mean, I'll watch the Super Bowl just because it's entertaining to get around everybody and
Puppy monkey baby.
do that, but I don't really follow I just don't follow it through the season. It's just not really my thing, but I mean, if you want me to pick, I mean, I guess Peyton Manning's
There
a
you
pretty
go.
good guy, I guess, so I'll say I hope
Sure.
the Broncos win. I don't know. I don't guess it'd be
If-
cool to see him win another Super Bowl, but
If he wins, you think
I
he
like his
retires?
commercials, so I'll go for
Huh?
him.
If he wins, you think he retires?
I think he's going to retire either way, wouldn't he?
yeah, I mean, I think that he's
gotta
I don't
get
know
back to
why you
Metaluna.
try and be the. Although it was awesome to see Brett Favre. I mean,
Yeah.
play at that old of an age, and I mean, still have it. I mean, he still was a good ball player. Even at the end of his career there. But I mean, Peyton Manning's been around for a long time, so I mean, It's hard to step away. I mean, it happens to all great athletes of any sport where they get in there and they get so driven that they just don't know when to quit. I mean, it happened to Muhammad Ali. It happens to all of
Also
them.
an alien.
So
Probably.
what?
I'm just saying. I'm not
Carissa,
an
do you have a
alien.
favorite?
Not really. I don't really watch football. Sorry.
No,
Party
it's,
pooper
hey,
over here.
That's all right. Doug, do you have one of this earth?
I really hope those Broncos win.
Good call. Good call.
But I think they're going to lose.
Yeah, I do too. That's like I said. I'm okay. I will be okay with the Broncos losing if I see that pass and Cam Newton actually runs down and catches it himself.
Yeah. I'm anxious for the commercials. Hopefully there's some good ones.
Oh, I am really looking forward to Coldplay. I mean, I'm super excited.
I
True.
can't.
They're
Is that,
doing the.
Are they doing the halftime show?
Yeah.
I thought it was
it's
somebody else.
It's Coldplay and Beyonce.
Oh, I
Well, that
What?
doesn't even count. So I mean,
It's
but
thought
Coldplay
Beyonce did
with
already.
Beyonce.
No, that was Katy Perry.
Well, the NFL's
No.
part of the Illuminati, so of
That
course they're
doesn't-
going to have
True.
her in the middle.
That's
that doesn't
true.
even matter. But yeah, I mean, I think that this is Coldplay's last year, and that's a very, very big band, like close to my heart. My wife and I danced to one of their songs as our first dance for our wedding, so I want to see. Unfortunately, the last time they were in Indianapolis, I was in Iraq, and my friend Peyton, who's also a big fan, got to
Not
Be-
Manning.
Peyton But he got to like stand like right next to the lead singer of Coldplay, and it was awesome. And unfortunately,
cool.
I didn't get to do it. It played like a very small venue, so it was unfortunate that I was not able to see it. So I'm just trying to figure out when they're gonna play again, so I can go see them live. But
Before they're done.
before they're done,
All right, which song?
Scientist.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was trying to think. The Johnny Cash version of that is one of my favorite non-Coldplay versions of. I mean, that's one of my favorite covers, I guess, of all time. It's very haunting, but I mean the original version is really good too. That's awesome.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'll
Yeah.
be watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I have typically only
was-
made it to halftime.
That was Willie Nelson, sir.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I was like Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash didn't do that song.
sorry.
I think Johnny Cash was dead by the time that song
Probably
came out.
was.
Cash did.
9 Inch
Cash
Nails.
did. Yeah, did the 9
Maybe that's,
Yeah.
maybe that's why I was getting confused there.
Yeah,
Hurt.
Johnny Cash was supposed to do a
He did
song
Personal
with Coldplay.
Jesus too, Depeche Mode.
He was supposed to
Yeah.
do the song "Till Kingdom Come" with
Yeah.
Coldplay, but
Yeah.
unfortunately he didn't.
Passed
He died
away.
right before the recording.
He
of it,
died.
so.
He'd be dead.
So then the news going on. Do you want to talk
Yeah.
about Iowa caucus?
Sure.
You want to talk about Iowa caucus? Well, let me
Sure.
just. I will start with lamenting first off. I mean, Rand Paul was my man. Rand Paul was my man.
He's out.
Has been for a long time.
Do you guys know how a caucus works?
Yes. Do you want to go through the steps for the listeners? That'd be great.
Well, I mean, I don't really. I've never, of course, got to participate in one, but I mean, I think that's a really, really cool, way of demonstrating democracy, getting people together. But everybody basically, gathers in a huge assembly hall, and you hear the arguments of all of the different political candidates, and then as the day goes by. At the end, they'll hold a vote, and what they do is they'll have you move to different corners of the room to show your support for each individual candidate, and they do a head count of each person. So if you leave, your vote doesn't count. So you actually have to physically be there to have a say. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I think it's a interesting way of doing it. I mean, there's probably a lot of lobbyists that run around, and there's a lot of I heard that Cruz kind of said some bad things, said that Ben Carson had dropped out.
Yeah.
He didn't say it.
But
There was a
his-
mailer.
his-
There was a mailer with his name on it that said
Yeah.
it.
It was one of
So-
his aides. He did say it was one of his aides. His
Oh, he
aides,
did.
His aides was the one that put it on Twitter.
They also decide ties with a coin flip.
Yeah.
That's the Democratic side.
Oh, is
Everything
it
you're
just that?
describing is the Democrat side.
Oh, I
The
heard
Republican side, you go, you listen to a speech, and then you vote, just like normal.
Just
Very, very straightforward, common sense, no shenanigans
I read that.
of, hey, okay, yeah, break up. Nope,
I'm just-
you guys, yeah, that's nice that you want to vote
hey.
for that guy, but guess what? His vote, you don't have enough of you, so you come join us or you leave.
I'm just saying
Your vote's
it's an
not
interesting way of doing it. Didn't
I
say
read-
that I think it's efficient.
I read that there were eight coin tosses that happened, and Hillary won 7 of the 8, and the odds of that happening were astronomical. Like the chances of you being able to win that many.
I
to
heard it
win
was like
7
1
of
in
8.
64 or something. I mean, I just think it's stupid that you decide by a coin flip. Not that it really.
Well, she is a lizard person, so I mean,
It's true.
Yeah, she's definitely a lizard person.
I think a lizard person would be more conservative.
You think?
I mean,
They wouldn't wanna-
probably
they-
don't want too
I
many
mean-
people in their business.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
I mean, they'd be a lot more cold-blooded.
That's true.
I had to put that.
That's
on. It's too good
true.
to pass up.
So then
You
she's
got it.
definitely a lizard person.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she just. I'm sorry if you're a listener and you're like, look at the woman.
If you're
Look at her. She is deranged. She has only craved one thing since she crawled out of her egg, and that is power. But there's only one Lord of the Rings, and he does not share power.
Are you talking about Bernie Sanders?
No.
Oh,
No, Bernie, bless his heart. Bless his heart. No, I would. I mean, Mike, he's talking about voting for Bernie. I mean, part of me kind of, feels that desire to go and stick one to Hillary and register as a Democrat because I just really cannot stand the woman.
Okay, here's my issue with that: is we all vote on the same day, Republican primaries, Democratic primaries.
Right.
Our house is not in order, so I can't throw my vote away and assume that somebody else is going to pick the candidate and within my own party.
Marco
What I
Rubio
want.
is going to be the candidate.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Sorry.
How about that? I think
Paul,
all of
clear.
us are kind of shocked with that statement.
I think
It's not. I don't want him to be, but he's going to be now. It's become clear. It'll be Rubio versus Hillary.
That's not good.
Cruz is never going to get the nomination.
No.
They're going to paint him as a crazy evangelical kook that wants, to
who didn't show up for the vote
who
against
didn't.
the Fed.
Well, that's not what they'll paint. It'll be the
That's what I.
Who's
You
going to
know,
win New
he's-
Hampshire?
Trump with
Yeah.
probably Rubio.
Do you think
second.
Sanders is going to win
Probably
New Hampshire?
I
I'm
mean,
assuming he will, but
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I don't think so. I don't know about that because New Hampshire is
Really close to New York.
like they did
He's
a.
Vermont.
I, no,
Yeah,
they
but-
no,
he's
they,
up like almost 30 points right now.
They did a poll
Between head
to
counts
to
and
determine
coin
like
flips.
which or they did
not-
a study to
that's not
determine
New
like
Hampshire.
what are the
I know,
most
I know.
patriotic and free states in the union, and New Hampshire's like way up there. So I don't know if the idea of socialism in New Hampshire is going to be popular at all. And I love the state
on the
of New Hampshire.
on the
That-
Democratic side, though, you have to put on that mind cap, that
Because
mindset.
the people that have that freedom loving aren't voting in that.
Yeah.
They're voting in the primary for the
There's
other
very
side.
few people. I don't know. We'll see.
Out of 100
Well, I
people
guess
that actually
the-
vote that way.
I guess
80
those
of them will
people are stupid enough to where they would be like, well, he lives close to my state and was the senator of Vermont, so
Well, that's why
therefore
I'm
he
voting
must
for
be
Kasich.
okay.
he's from Ohio, so I mean, why
Vote
wouldn't I
for
vote
who?
for him? Kasich,
Oh,
No,
right? That's how you would do it.
I think what will happen is you'll have after this, you'll have all the establishment in quotes. They'll all drop pretty soon.
When's Jeb dropping?
Probably after if he gets another 1% or whatever he
I
got.
think I got two.
Probably either after this one or South Carolina, though. But once he goes, then all of that money will flow to Rubio.
true. Florida.
So
Yeah.
he'll be able, and you'll have the governor, you'll have him and his ties to Florida. Kasich will drop and throw his support to Rubio to try to bring Ohio. And you got two of your big key states to win the election. So it'll be Rubio versus probably. I can't see any way, shape, or form that Bernie gets the nomination, even though I think it'd be fantastic if he did, because
It'd be so fun.
Well, the thing is, I think the Democratic Party has almost dealt with the elitist of their own party for such a long time that to have
he's basically like
the
the
people-
Ron
the-
Paul of the socialist loony left.
Yeah.
But I think what the left has not counted on is they've counted on a sophisticated left for a very long time, but they've fed this beast of the people who want, and they're leaning on that left side now. Bernie is now pleasing those people, and the sophisticated left, and I use sophisticated in air quotes, but the sophisticated left then is now getting drowned out by their own. So the chances of a Barack or a Bill or a Hillary now rising above that, the sophisticated left is
Yeah.
disappearing.
I want to see Cruz Sanders because I want to see like hard conservative against loony bin
Well,
and I want to
then you
see
don't want
I want to see
Cruz, 'cause he's not a hard
that is such a good example of where the world, where do we want to go next? Either crazy give up everything or let's get some stuff back.
Then,
Kinda
then
thing.
it's not Cruz. In my opinion, Cruz is not necessarily a hard conservative. He paints himself that way.
Of the people that are left.
He's a fundamentalist. He's not a.
Well, who's
he's not
more
a
conservative than him right now?
I don't think there's no one. No one.
No one is more conservative
Conservatism has moved out.
than no one is more conservative than him. So he would be the most conservative that we could choose to
Guess
go
depends
to the
on
side.
what your definition of conservatism is.
I'm saying of the people left, I think that he's the most definition
Gary Johnson,
wise.
man. I'm still voting for Gary Johnson.
He's definitely like socially very conservative.
Yeah.
But in terms of like fiscally conservative, like
Not at
it's
all.
hard to find Republicans who are like they should be.
Unless your
Yeah.
last name's
Yeah.
Paul,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really.
He's not in the race anymore.
He's
I'm
coming
saying
back. He's just saving money. He's gonna go sit down,
Yeah.
save
he's
some money.
suspended so he can close his books.
I
but-
really don't think he. Honestly, I really don't think he ever should have ran this election. I mean,
He needs to like write a book and be on television and lie for a little bit.
He just got lost in the mix too
Yeah.
early. Like
Well, it's
there's
not his fault. There were too many
no,
other
the
idiots
Trump
out
thing.
there.
The
like,
Trump
totally
thing is
took
what-
over and
Yeah.
the Trump thing is really what.
Like Walker needed to get out of the way. Like Huckabee just
Oh my god.
just
Fiona's still in it.
just
like, what is
get
she,
diabetes already and leave us alone. Like
Like truly, Mike Huckabee
He's
and Rick
weird
Santorum disgust me. Like they.
Huckabee is weird shaped now. Like they try to hide it, but he's just
He
got
is
this. He's got this like clown. He's got like that clown. You know when clowns wear those big hoops? He's like that. He's got this weird waist thing going on.
But he did fly a snow speeder in The Empire Strikes
That's
Back.
right. He sure did.
Yeah, Dax.
Yeah.
Just look at a picture of Dax sometime,
And
and
then
look at a picture of Mike Huckabee, and there's an uncanny resemblance. So
What's
there's a
Dax's
Dak.
last
Is it
name?
Dak? I think it's Dak.
Dak.
I don't remember.
Dax.
I looked it up. I can't remember.
I posted the picture to you.
Yeah.
I sent the picture to you.
Yeah, you did. So
It's Dak.
I think it's Dak is the one.
Dak Rendar? No, that's
No,
Dash Rendar.
That's Dash.
So I may have to go back and look.
It's Wes, it's Hobby and Dak. Is it?
Which one was with Luke? Was Dak,
Dak.
with
Dak
was
was the one with
okay,
Luke.
then it's not Dak.
You're thinking of Hobby. You want Hobby.
I can't remember.
Wes Hobson, because is Wes Hobson, I believe, is
So-
his given name.
Well,
his
he's trying to
Christian
look
name.
that up, but anyway, yeah, the Santorum Huckabee, they're only doing it because they're like, please, we need to stay relevant so we can be on TV shows. That's like, come on, give me a break. At least give that to the Democrats. Only the people that are truly the serious hardcore, they're the ones that ran. Not, I'll find it and show it to you later.
Hobby Jansen.
I put in Wes
Jansen.
Hobson.
It's Jansen.
I put
That's
in
it.
Wes Hobson, and is that his wife's name?
The guy's name
Luke's
It's-
Luke
it's-
George Lucas's wife's name. Because I put in Wes Hobson. All I get is pictures of George Lucas and his wife.
That sounds like a man's name.
What is
Jansen.
Jansen.
Wes Jansen?
I don't know. We're not talking about Star Wars this episode.
Yes, it's Wes Jansen.
I'm talking about Star Wars this time.
It is Wes Jansen.
You want Hobby anyway.
Are you sure you guys aren't thinking of the guy that finds
see
them on
here.
Hoth?
No, that's not him.
That's Wedge.
That's not. That's a different one.
No,
That-
I found him. The
Yeah.
guy flying the snow speeder.
No, it's a different one. There's another snow speeder pilot. I'll find it. I swear. So, anyway,
Okay.
I swear
that's my prediction. Rubio versus Hillary, because there's no way that Hillary is going to let some upstart Bernie Sanders,
Upstart.
some upstart.
He's only been in Congress for like 30
He's like 100.
Did you see the video I posted of him in the comedy from the 90s? He's got in something like My Ex-Girlfriend.
It's great.
It is hilarious. So, if you haven't seen that, go watch it.
There's an recent SNL skit of
Larry David.
David playing Bernie Sanders, and it's like the opposite.
That
of
is really good. I've
But
seen
they're
that.
both great. Like,
Yeah, it is hilarious.
Because they
spot
do
on.
sound exactly the same.
oh yeah,
But yeah, Hillary I think she will die if she does not get elected. She will erupt in a pillar of flames.
it's like when someone's spouse dies and they just kind of.
I think,
go
no,
right
I think
after.
she'll turn
That's-
into a pillar of salt. I think is what will happen.
Yeah, could be. So, and Bill will be like, finally,
I'm free.
I'm free. I'm free.
Like his hair will go back to like it's like pre-white state.
Where are you, Monica?
Break out my saxophone.
We can finally be together.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
just
Well, we just got a long time to go. Long time to go.
it'll be
we
here
get there.
before you know.
No, I have my whole.
I'm just
summer
really
break ahead of
I'm
me.
really anxious to see what happens with Trump. I really want to see what happens with him because there's no way, shape, or form that I could vote for him. But every once in a while, he throws a zinger out there that you're like, he's actually right. I mean, most of the other Republicans want to turn the Middle East into a sheet of glass. But at least Trump's like, why don't we just let Russia fight this one? Let's stop sticking our nose. But then he goes off. But if we are going to stick our nose, then let's just take the oil.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, well, let's not do that. But
He bugs me because he's never wrong. he got second place, but he should have got first in his opinion. In the Iowa caucus, he's come up with reasons to make it sound like he actually won it. It's kind of annoying. He can't ever just say, yeah, I got second, but this is what's going to happen next, and this is why. It bugs me that the guy can never admit a defeat at any point whatsoever. There's no humbling thing about him.
Just let him make the galaxy great again, Mike.
Isn't that who we want, to be our commander-in-chief and leader into the next 4 years?
No.
I want somebody who won't lose.
You know who
you
I
don't want
want?
someone to stand up and say, "We made this mistake, but here's how we're going to fix it." He's not going. He'll get up there and go, "Well, we never did that wrong, but we're going to change this because," and he'll make up something.
You know who I want for president? Calvin Coolidge. Bring back Calvin.
What's the guy that?
That's what I want the next president to aspire to. His greatest feat is just have a fantastic collection of hats.
Speaking of hats, Vermin Supreme. You can vote for him.
There you go.
Have you ever seen him?
Wear a boot on your head or whatever.
This is Vermin. You've never seen Vermin? Yeah, he ran for president last time. A goat in every house or something like that. What was his?
You get a unicorn or something.
It was a pony.
A pony
in
in every house.
If he'd get everyone a pony if he was elected. And his
he should be Bernie's running mate.
His campaign slogan was, "Come on, we've made worse decisions before."
Yeah,
something like that. It was just ridiculous.
Free ponies for all Americans.
It was. I think it was meant to be a street act that he actually ended up making it. He did debates and things like that, and would just make fun of the political systems and how ridiculous it was.
What's his face? Mankind ran for president or something, didn't he? Or senator or something? Mankind?
I don't know.
That was in Indiana, I think.
Mankind?
Remember him? The wrestler Mankind?
Oh, what is his name?
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
Also played Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and I think he had one other character, but I don't remember
Cactus
what it was.
Jack.
Wow, we need to have another wrestling episode.
Yeah, we did a wrestling.
I was a big wrestling fan when I was
Go back and listen to our wrestling episode. We got a guy that could probably match you on
what episode.
Oh man,
I don't remember.
You gotta go back in the archives and look.
Yeah, you have to look that up.
We need a Snurly to go back and look up in the archives.
We need to have Bob back on. That was a good time.
That was.
I'll send him a message. Be like, Bob, come back in. There's a Rolling Balls call screener.
So, any other predictions, Ryan, on the state of the election?
No, but we got other news stories we can talk about real quick.
Okay.
Get your guys' feedback on giant earthquake in Taiwan.
Yeah,
not relevant to us. We don't care. But CDC has there's that disease that causes birth defects coming up. Previously transmitted by mosquitoes. You know what we're talking about? South America?
Zika, yeah. The Zika virus.
And now we've found out that it is sexually transmitted, and it is now in the U.S.
Fantastic.
In Dallas.
Yeah.
Don't have them babies right now.
And you know where it's really blowing up at? Brazil.
Where
the Olympics this year?
will go?
Brazil.
Brazil.
That's kind of scary.
The Olympic Village is.
We're talking about a pandemic that could happen in that case. Hey, we're having a show over here, guys. So I just want to make sure to let you know.
Nobody can hear you.
What's going on? Give her a microphone.
What are we going to talk about?
We're talking about the Zika virus.
What's going on over here? Do you got something to share with the rest of us?
Yeah, we're going to go to Dairy Queen.
Oh, you guys are going to Dairy Queen?
Yeah, we're going to go to Dairy Queen. Is that okay?
Okay. Do you guys want anything from Dairy Queen?
We're just
sure.
No, we're not coming back. We're just not coming back.
Oh, you can't drop it off? It is kind of on the way back.
I don't care.
I'm only a block off of the highway that you got to get from.
We're going to Dairy Queen.
Okay, I don't want anything.
Get a Blizzard.
You guys
Anyone else?
Anyone need Dairy Queen?
You need a break? Dairy Queen break?
Nope. No
Blizzard?
DQ back.
No.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and comment on the show if you guys need anything from Dairy Queen, and we'll go ahead and get
Dairy
that
Queen?
for you. So,
What's your favorite thing from Dairy Queen?
Yeah. What do you get normally?
Oh, it's the brownie blitz, I think. It's all chocolate, all brownie. It's pretty
Not
amazing.
the Zika virus.
Yeah. Is that on your meal plan there, Carissa?
I'm not talking about this.
She doesn't want to talk about her meal plan.
The peanut
Definitely on the
butter
meal plan.
peanut butter parfait.
Oh man, so good.
Peanut
like
buster?
1,200
Peanut
calories.
butter.
Not butter.
It
Buster.
is.
There's no peanut butter in it, so how could it be the peanut butter
I'm-
parfait?
It's
Just asking.
it's a buster.
Never
The
had one.
peanut butter.
Look it up. It's
You're
buster.
a buster.
That's like a classic
Peanut buster
Oh.
parfait.
with that and the.
It's a really big sundae
Do you
with
know?
nuts
Do
on
you
it.
know if they hand you your Blizzard and they don't like tip it upside down?
You're
when
supposed
they
to get it for
you're
free.
Yeah, you're supposed to, but I've never.
But you
tried
already
that.
pay like beforehand. Like,
I know, how-
what are they gonna
that's like-
refund your
they-
credit?
Yeah, because if they go like this
I'm
and it
standing
doesn't
here
stay,
for
it's on the
25 minutes.
ground.
I'm
I
going to stay
know.
here for 25 minutes while you try and figure out how to do a refund on that credit card
You're right,
machine
they
because you probably have no clue how to do it.
They don't.
Just,
They
just
don't
give
teach
me
him that
2
in training.
blizzards.
Yeah.
Just
They
give
don't
me
teach 'em
2
that.
blizzards.
Make me a large and don't turn it over next time. And no Zika
Okay, we're
virus.
out.
You guys have fun. Enjoy it.
By the way, just saying, not even anyone gives a shit.
Yeah.
No, we
So,
don't. Goodbye.
Yeah, Zika virus, not good.
Yeah. But hey, we're not babies, so
But can you imagine like what's going to happen
or
in that
what?
case?
What? It's
Like-
like unborn children and like up to a certain age or something.
No, I believe it's if you contract the virus or have the virus while basically
Having babies.
having baby, it will
It
cause
makes
the baby
your
to be born
makes
with
your
like
head flat or
It
something.
makes your head
Munchausen-
smaller.
Munchausen
Like a
disease,
like
sort
a
of.
monkey
It's not
baby.
much-
What is this?
I know.
Zika.
I don't remember what the name of
Zika.
the disease is.
Yeah.
Munchausen.
Yeah, that's
So-
not it.
It makes
But,
your head flat and your brain can't fully
like
develop.
seriously like this is like pandemic kind of thing that could happen because if it's really really bad in Brazil and the Summer Olympics are in
Yeah.
Brazil this year, like that could
In-
just instantly you're talking like
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of
if
people
it gets
all
bad,
across
they
the
won't
world
have
going
it
there.
They won't have it if it gets
Well,
that bad.
London has already been the backup for Brazil because Brazil
Because-
is having all the crime and the brownouts and all their problems like that
And
they've
by
had.
brownout, you mean the fact that the sewage system no longer works.
Well, but they've had electrical issues too.
The Ecuador, one of those countries that has it really bad, that they called out their military to deal with it, and they've told their people, do not have children for the next like 2 to 3 years. No children. So just think about what that will do to their population.
That's interesting.
That's a weird population control tool.
it's going to come out in like
Georgia
5 years.
Guidestones, look it up, people.
You're going to find out in like 5 years it was all like the CIA's been screwing around down there and stop it, Doug. The CIA's been.
Ryan's terrified of the Greys.
We know
Just
this. We've covered this 1,000 times.
Have we talked about this
Robert
before?
didn't
Yes.
know.
Robert knows. We're going to find out like
The Greys are behind the Zika virus.
that our government is behind the virus. We're just trying to.
Speaking
reduce
of that,
the-
did you watch the X-Files?
Yeah, there's something we could talk about.
well, did you? Okay, yes.
Are you done on the Zika? I mean,
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have like possibility of a brand new AIDS epidemic right at our doorsteps. But by all means,
probably
let's,
not.
Let's
I
go
doubt
back to let's travel back to Fox.
I think
and
all of us are
Mulder.
safe.
Fox,
Well,
yeah, we're safe. We're not babies.
I don't know
Mulder,
Robert well
Scully.
enough to talk about his safety like that, but anyways.
I mean, unless it starts shrinking the skulls of grown adults, most
Like-
people probably
Like on
don't care.
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
when that voodoo doctor sprinkles the stuff on his hey, what are you doing? His head starts shrinking. Oh, that's terrible.
Hey,
I shouldn't say that. That's terrible.
it is awful.
Little babies. Man, that would suck.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do.
Just imagine your brain trying to grow, but it can't grow anymore because your skull's like no. And then I don't know why. I don't know if do you die or do you just are you
Turn to the Krang.
retarded? I don't know.
They find a big thing and put you in the stomach and turn you into the Krang.
the Krang.
from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. And you have plenty of room to grow.
Yeah,
I mean, right?
Microphalange.
Yeah, that's what it is.
phalange, like a finger.
Microphalange.
Something like that. Basically, your head doesn't grow correctly.
Abnormally small head that can lead to severe developmental delays and even death.
Oh, man.
In Brazil, last November. So honestly, this is not a new thing. It's been.
I was
going
gonna say
for a few
no.
months.
It was discovered a long time ago, like
Well,
in Africa.
The AP
Back in the
didn't.
40s.
The
Four-
AP didn't pick it up till 2 weeks ago, so it's not a big deal until they start
Right.
talking about it. Of course,
Until it starts trending on Facebook, it's not a big deal.
that's true.
404 confirmed cases and newborns in November.
Yeah, because it
15
started trending on
babies.
Facebook. Now we've got college students lining the streets crying about it. Just going to solve those problems.
56 deaths, 3,670 reported cases.
Yeah, you're probably right. This is probably the government that made it.
Well, probably.
Probably built it up. But that does lead into the X-Files.
And like we'll be like, okay, unless you build the wall, we're not giving you the antidote.
There you go.
See?
Good call.
Okay, so I've only seen the first 2 episodes of the X-Files.
Oh,
I've only seen the first.
don't watch the third one.
Why?
Is it bad?
It's not bad. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched the new ones. I've just watched the old ones.
The third episode, okay, it's very funny. It's a very funny episode. But the way that they treat it, it kind of bugs me. Because I was a fan of the original series. And we started rewatching the original series on Netflix. Because me and Sarah both watched it with our parents, when we were younger. But they're almost making fun of it. And it kind of bugs me. Like, it's not a tongue-in-cheek, laugh at the past kind of thing. It's almost like the past episodes were dumb and let's make fun of them. And then if you guys watch the third episode, you'll feel that.
Okay, I have not watched the third episode, but I have watched all previous 9 seasons up to the third episode.
Right.
It definitely does
There
not.
were about every 4 episodes was an episode like that.
But this episode, it's built around the idea of
X-Files
making.
coined the phrase "freak of the week."
But it's not a freak of the week situation. It's making Mulder look like a buffoon kind of thing, and it bugs me. It bugs me how they're making themselves look stupid kind of thing,
But I
pie in the face. Stupid.
I did
And it
not
bugs-
like. I saw the first episode and I did not like
See,
it.
I liked the first episode. The second episode. Wait, no, the second episode was the one with the kid.
Yeah, the kids are in the second episode.
Okay, yeah.
Just my problem with it is it was like so much, which is like basically Mulder does this whole thing where he's like, everything I ever believed in the past was within like the first 15 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Everything I ever believed was bunk, and I figured out this whole new master conspiracy plan in 5 minutes, and this is actually what it is. And
Well,
it
he didn't
just
figure any of it out without the help of the guy from community college.
Yeah.
right, yeah,
I just
the Alex Jones knockoff guy.
Yeah, Alex Jones figured it all out and just told Mulder about it.
So
when you watch the third episode, I think you guys will all agree with me that it's very.
I'm kind of anxious to see it now because to me those were always kind of my favorite episode. Like you
It's a
said, you
fun-
watched it all.
Yeah.
Like when you would watch like the black and white version of like the Beast Baby in the sewer.
Yeah.
Like that was never supposed to be serious.
I know that.
That was always supposed to be like. I mean, it was black and white, so it would look like the Enquirer for the most part.
I get what you're saying.
I know that, but when you watch this episode, there's a really strong feeling of them bashing themselves. Like I don't know how to explain it. I get the idea of.
I
making
thought it was
fun of
always very
themselves.
self-referential. I mean, I will
But-
watch it. I will watch it. I don't.
But the new ones are very strong on that. It maybe because I have,
maybe because you're not 12 and 13 years old now.
I'm romanticizing on the old episodes, and thinking,
rewatch 'em.
how good they were and stuff like that. And I'm thinking like, whoa, that's kind of me, to make fun of something that, in the past, like my childhood, blah, 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 kind of thing. But
Well,
Balls on my
it was just like there was this super strong conviction that ran through that whole prior
Right.
season, and all these things that happened to create that belief structure for that character, and then literally just like that, it's just like
Runs
nope,
out the window.
forget that. That's all.
Well, no, and
It's all
honestly, I didn't have a problem with that at all because I felt like it was justification of because he always knew something was out there. He always knew that aliens existed. He always knew that there was some, overlord pulling the strings. Whether it was the smoking man, which was absolutely creepy, smoking out of his trach, by the way.
yeah, Cancer Man.
Whether it was him or whatever it was always he always knew there was something, a puppet master out there somewhere. And then in the world that we live in today, where Edward Snowden's and WikiLeaks and stuff like
they're trying
you
to
couldn't
update it
live-
for today. I get
you
that.
couldn't live with him having the belief structure that he had in the 90s. We had to get it to where
Well,
it
I
is
mean,
now.
But I think my
But-
problem was that happened over
But
the first
I don't feel
episode.
like it. We got
The
a
first
glimpse
15
of
minutes.
him for the first time in 20 years. We don't know what emotional journey that
Well, it is
involved
hard to give
him
up-
having a kid with Scully and that kid growing up and moving on.
But
And
Scully being abducted, it's like, how do you give up on that idea? You know, like.
but now he knows she was never really abducted. It was man who did it.
No.
Man who's pretending
When
to be
did they say
aliens. That was in the second episode.
The
I
second
don't know.
episode didn't.
The men have nobody else has watched it, so maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. I took it as
From the first episode, I thought that she had alien DNA or something.
was that they couldn't prove that she had it. They tried to.
I don't know.
The girl failed to shit.
So there was just the pacing was weird for me. That was
ran it again.
I'll watch it again.
I probably need to watch the first episode again because I was very excited to watch the first episode, so I had that kind of like
Yeah.
build up to it. So I really liked it, and I thought you were gonna like it. I was like, oh man, look
No, I
at
like-
this conspiracy stuff. I'm like, Doug's gonna love this episode.
I like that they were trying to do the update to kind of how things are today and
Yeah.
the modern kind of paradigm that we're in. But I just for some reason the pacing just felt super rushed. Which
Well,
I
they
get
only
that
have 6
I get that they only have
episodes.
6 episodes, but I just wish that maybe they could have stretched that revelation out over the entirety of the first episode as opposed to literally the first 15 minutes.
I think the 6 episodes is a test.
Probably.
I think it's a test for a full season.
I don't think so at all. I think it's more of the whole idea of a miniseries is very appealing to TV companies right now because they don't
Depends on
have
how
to
much
get
money they make.
they don't have to get
Exactly.
into ginormous contracts with people and ginormous set. They have this amount of money. They're gonna make these episodes and then they sell it to Netflix.
Well,
Depends on how much they make.
I mean, you could.
Well, I think you look at the BBC model. I think is what we're looking at, more like the BBC model. So if they make a ton of money, maybe in 3 years they throw more money at David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. They come to make 6 more. But the idea of like a traditional, we're going to make 24 episodes this year. We're going to come back in the spring and make 24 more episodes. That's been going away for a long time.
But
Like,
you could write them as a contract per season just because the X-Files it'd be very easy
I don't
to
know a
end
lot
the
about
season.
entertainment contracts, but I do know enough to assume that we can't just assume that that's how they work, because there are a lot of competing contracts and a lot of
No, what I'm saying is you wouldn't have to sign them to a multi-season contract. You would be able to do it season by season.
That's not necessarily true. There's a lot of clauses when a character replaces a reoccurring character for over an extended period of time. There has to be a guaranteed line of work, and they get it guaranteed. There's a lot of that stuff we see in movies and stuff. That's like part of that Superman curse and so forth. Once you
I
get
know
typecast-
the 3 movie typecast thing,
but the same thing works in television.
well, they're way past that.
I know they are, but that
I
means
can't
they're
watch
incredibly
Californication
expensive.
without thinking Fox Mulder. And who know? Well, Gillian Anderson, what the hell has she done since then?
The Fall was freaking amazing, other than her horrible Scottish accent.
I think she's hotter looking now than when she was
You're
in the old
crazy.
episodes.
You're crazy.
I think she's good looking.
But okay, first off, I'm never saying she's bad looking, but to say that she's better looking now is like a plastic version of herself.
I saw
is
them
wrong.
on
She's
Jimmy
plastic.
Kimmel,
I don't
and I'm
think
pretty
she's
sure
got-
that her
has
and
she had stuff
Duchovny
done?
must be banging or something right now.
I think it was just like
Well, he's divorced
the
from.
show is so outdated that you look back and she just doesn't look like she's.
She looked
yeah,
like-
maybe her hair and
Sound-
stuff. Like
yeah.
we're watching the first season again. It's like, man, but her face is like skinnier.
But the
I don't
company
know.
looks like the exact same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's because
He
he's
was-
an alien.
He was married to Tay Leone
Speaking
until
of-
2014.
Speaking
of
of
good-looking women.
looking exactly the same,
Taylor-
Judd Hirsch looks exactly the same in Independence Day 2 as he did in Independence Day 1 almost 20 years ago. So I'm just throwing that out there. He's another vampire. Remember, he's Jeff Goldblum's dad. For those of
Oh yeah, yeah.
and was in Welcome Back, Kotter. Or no, was he? No, he wasn't in that.
Can we
Whatever.
talk about Independence Day 2 for a second?
Sure.
Because Jeff Goldblum,
What? The Nephilim? I don't know if he's a Nephilim. I don't
Jeff
think so.
Goldblum,
He's not big enough to be a Nephilim.
at the end of Independence Day, Jeff Goldblum is still just a very talented cable TV producer.
He graduated from MIT or something with a.
But still.
He figured out the code, Ryan.
Are we
He
talking
figured
about
out
the
code.
character?
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
Yes. He's like the best hacker they had at the time, apparently. If we're going to use hacker as like a loose term.
He was the best at whatever he did.
Right. And somehow that spearheads
Here we
him
go.
to be like
And,
the leader of the resistance. Like after like 20 some odd years, when you find like wouldn't he have moved on or done something else?
But
Or-
he's the best at going, I put my finger up like this, and then I can put it by my face, and then if I set this here and look at that, and then go over here and grab that and put it in front of me. That's amazing. It works. So,
Dad, you're a genius. We'll give it a cold.
yeah. But he's got to do the finger thing because he does that in every movie. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
He does it in Independence Day, and he does it in Jurassic Park, where he sticks his finger up like this. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I thought of it.
He was great in the Grand
I don't know if
Budapest
he
Hotel.
does it. Does he do it in The Fly? Does he go like... I would think he would. I mean, he's probably figuring something out, and he's going, oh, that's a great idea. And then his fingers, like, falling off like The Fly does.
His fingers get cut off in the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. Have you not seen it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's hilarious.
I like what?
Jeff,
I like...
Jeff Goldblum's greatest acting achievement is the one episode of Friends he was on. I don't know if you were told.
Oh, yeah.
But that was
He
all.
was.
Yeah.
I like Wes Anderson films. I tried to watch Grand Budapest on an airplane, but I fell asleep.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
The air pressure get you.
I don't know. I was really tired.
All right.
Mm,
That's fine.
yeah.
On an airplane? I haven't been on enough airplanes. I think I'd be like, I'm in a metal tube rocketing through space.
Through space?
Through the air.
No, that was when the Greys
It's like
had you
a
running.
4-hour flight, though. So at some point, you kind of go, well, I'm still up here. So, well,
It must not be coming down anytime soon.
yeah.
Yeah. Once you get up there, it's more the
It's the takeoff or
and
the
landing. It's
yeah.
like, yep. Because that's when you know you're like, I'm close to being on the ground, and
The
it would
descent
suck
or the
right now.
ascending. That's when
Thank
things
you,
go wrong.
thank you, Sir Isaac Newton, for teaching me that because we're all moving the same speed, it doesn't feel like I'm moving at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's how, like astronauts, moving with the space shuttle. They're moving thousands of miles per hour, whatever.
Well, I'm moving
Okay.
1,000 miles
Well, yeah,
per
I
hour
know.
right
I
now.
know you are. I know you are. So I watched The Martian.
That's what you posted.
Not Best Picture movie.
Best comedy.
Should not be up for Best Picture.
It was
honestly.
best comedy. It won the
Maybe.
Golden Globe for best comedy. And there
It
was
was a
some
good
comedy
movie, but
in
it's
it.
not Best Picture material. In my
Well,
opinion.
first
Well,
off,
it's not gonna win.
the Golden Globe is not just for best comedy. It's like best comedy, musical, sci-fi, or whatever.
Yeah, best comedy.
It just makes me mad. Like when I found out that it was up for that, and I watched it, and I was like, "Really? This is a best movie
This
of the
beats
year?
Force Awakens.
One of the best movies of the year? I don't think
Well.
so. Like, I don't know. Matt Damon kind of gets on my nerves, though.
Should have been Mad Max. Is what it should have been
It is nominated.
It is nominated for Best Picture.
for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pull it up.
We haven't even talked about
2015.
Oscars.
We got another episode before Oscars.
I know.
Here.
Picture.
Yes, it is nominated. It's The Revenant, Mad Max Fury
Has anybody
Road.
seen The Revenant?
I have not.
Oh,
I've
I
not.
want
it's
to.
2016, not 15.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Wow, your checkbook.
Bridge of Spies.
The
Steven Spielberg.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Is it any good?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that either. The Big Short
The Big
with
Short.
Brad Pitt and
Steve.
Jeremy Cleaner, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn.
Actually, Christian Bale was in
Yeah.
the short too. It was a good,
And
I
Brad
liked this
Pitt.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have him listed.
Steve
up here.
Carell.
D.D. Gardner. Bridge of Spies is Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. I don't know why they're listing these weird names at the top. Brooklyn, which I don't know what that's about at all. Mad Max, Fury Road, which is awesome. The Martian, The Revenant. I still want to see that. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be good. Room, I want to see that. I'll probably cry my eyes out. Spotlight,
I've read the book. It's not a weepy book, dude.
Room.
It's not a weepy book.
You don't think they're gonna make that into a story where, like, it's gonna be sad at some point?
But yeah, but it's not weepy. It's
Somebody dying or
more
something.
anger. than
Room
anything
is
else.
about a woman who gets kidnapped and is trapped in this like shed, basically, that's turned into a little house for
Okay,
her.
I've read a different book named Room. Apparently,
Yeah. So she gets trapped in a shed, like in this guy's backyard.
because mine has to do with
I
like
read a different.
mine
book.
has mine has to do with like kids and abusive kids and
No,
Kids
this
being
is
abused.
this a woman, a 17-year-old girl gets kidnapped and she's put in this shed.
okay, maybe that's right. 17.
Let me finish the synopsis for it. So she's 17-year-old. She gets kidnapped, put in a shed, and she has a child with the kidnapper, and she's there for like 10 years.
So
and
it's
the
that-
first part of the movie is her talking and like taking care of her kid in this room, and then they escape.
So it's the story of those people that were in like out near Cincinnati.
No, there's another story. Remember, there was another girl that was like kidnapped, and she was kidnapped for like 27 years or something like that.
Giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking.
My name got big testicles because we see this dude every day. We eat ribs with this dude,
He's out here
but we didn't have a clue that girl was in the house.
Those girls.
Those
There's
girls.
3 of them.
I knew there was something wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Dead giveaway.
Right.
So good.
Copyright Gregory Brothers.
You gotta watch
Copyright Gregory Brothers.
It was
It was
a guy giving an interview after
The girls in Cleveland or wherever that escaped.
Yeah.
That
Cincinnati.
He had McDonald's or something. That's part of it.
Yeah, he went to McDonald's. The guy who kidnapped him went to McDonald's, and they managed to get out of the house, and this black dude. They ran over to him, and he called the cops, or they were banging on the door or something.
Banging on his. He saw them.
He saw them banging on the door, and he went over and kicked it down and got him out of there. So. I can't believe you know all the lyrics.
I know. I love how he remembered all the words.
I know a lot of those songs.
I love the Gregory Brothers. Like, I'm big fan of their.
I'm backing up.
Yeah.
Because my daddy taught me good.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you guys talking about the Oscars next week? You said.
Well, I don't know when we're talking about.
Well, it's the
Oscars,
20. It's on the 28th. So
They're in March, aren't they?
February 28th.
Oh.
So
like this big, the big race thing that's kind of circling around the Oscars.
this
right
is
now.
stupid.
Yeah,
So
yeah, whatever.
stupid.
I feel like they're just
We have a
making
black stormtrooper. I
big
think
deal.
movie equality is hit.
The problem is no one has come out and said this guy should be in there because of his acting ability.
Yeah, and I actually think that there's the movie that they should be making an argument for. I feel like Will Smith came up a bunch. I don't think that was that.
It's because
great
his
of a-
wife was the one that
it
started
wasn't like
it.
that great of a movie. But the one movie that they aren't talking about was Beast of No Nation,
Yeah.
Right.
which went right to Netflix. But I think I don't think it has anything to do with race. I don't think pictures like that like go right, like that are made.
Yeah.
Right.
They're never gonna get now. I just don't
Exactly.
think they'll get
because
nominated.
they don't give the money
Exactly.
like to the Screen Actors
all
Guild.
the all the movies that got nominated were pretty big. I mean, made pretty good
traditional
Yeah.
releases and
Yeah.
traditional
money. Unless
outlets.
it's like one of these eclectic.
There's actually
directors.
somebody that did it again. It's a statistical analysis of all of the black actors and actresses that had been nominated and that had won, and it was exactly proportionate to what
To
the
the
population of what blacks are in the United States.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Nobody wants. Never
I
tell me the
know,
odds.
I
Don't show me
know.
statistics.
I saw something about the
Don't
NBA
argue
too.
me. Don't argue
there was
me
some.
reason.
There was some MVP of the.
That's what we need. We need some
The-
racial equality on basketball teams.
It was the NBA's MVP, and that it was like almost. I think there was a white guy that's won that as many times as a black guy has won. Like
if his name's
best.
not Dirk Nowitzki, it doesn't count.
Yeah, it was like
It was the
two
same.
white
It was the
people
same
last
thing.
30
It was
years
like
or
since they've been giving out the MVP,
Yeah.
the same amount of white guys have won the MVP of the NBA compared to how many black people or black male actors have won Best Actor.
But I mean, this
Okay.
is why racism still exists, because people care about crap like
they want
that.
to talk about it. It's
Yeah.
it really
Because Al
shouldn't be-
Sharpton
Listen-
needs money.
Listen, Jada and Will, you need to start worrying about your dumb kid. Is
Oh,
what you need to
gosh.
start worrying about. Boy, that guy's an idiot. Have you ever read that kid's tweets?
No.
Oh my God! Let me pull some of
there's
those
like
up.
a parody account of them, and it's great.
What's his first name?
Jaden.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
the
follow him.
parody account is hilarious. It's great.
I mean, I don't follow him.
Doesn't he wear a dress or something?
Who
He
knows?
did.
I honestly think he's kind of just dumb. Like, I think he's just kind of like just dumb. Like,
You know,
like not bright.
You know, and I was just
You know what
thinking
I mean?
about this the other day.
I've met kids like that before. They're
how
just kinda
how
dumb.
sad of a world is it where a Kardashian, one tweet that a Kardashian can have will have more impact on the world than most people's lives ever will.
Right.
I mean,
It's,
think about
let's
how
not dwell on this.
pathetic.
We may all become very depressed after this.
Think about how pathetic that is. It is seriously the
I have
idiocracy.
a-
I have one more thing we can talk
My
about.
life. Okay, we're at an hour. So
Okay.
That's okay.
I just
It's okay.
Have you guys heard Bob the rapper? Have you heard his flat Earth arguments recently?
Oh,
This is a thing now.
Yes, it's
like,
become
people are
huge.
speaking
People
up about
believe it.
the world is flat.
I watched a video, 200 proofs the world is flat.
One girl was like,
Like
"Why
3 hours. I watched
if
this.
the world is round, then why aren't the skyscrapers in New York tilted away from each other?"
Go back to school, kid. There's plenty to learn. No, I was watching the was it like one of the Shiite like Muslim priests talking about it, and he was like, if the world rotates the way in which it rotates, then we would never be able to fly from where they are
Right.
then to Tokyo, because we would not be able to exceed the speed in which the Earth would have to spin to stay in where it is. But because we can fly from where we are to Tokyo, then the Earth must not be spinning. Everything is actually spinning around us, just like it says in the Quran, because that's how we're able to leave here. Because just think of the speeds we'd have to fly in order to catch the Earth in Tokyo.
But how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
What?
That's one of Jaden Smith's tweets.
That's deep.
How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real, man? I add the man, of course. But
Wow. That is.
So
Deep
bath
tweets
salts.
that mean nothing. That's great.
That should be like the new SNL skit themselves.
Deep tweets
Just lose
by
Jack
Jack
Handy and just be like deep tweets. Jaden Smith.
all rules in this world were made by someone no smarter than you. No smarter than you. So make your own.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of agree with that, actually. That's not that bad.
Really?
School.
Yeah, really. Look at the people we send to Washington,
Oh, I'm
D.C.
Listen,
I'm not saying
school is the tool to brainwash the youth.
Yeah, okay.
Says the kid that's never been there. Okay. Well,
I
let's
kind
just,
of agree with that.
The first 10 rules were not made by man, though. So, I mean, and I believe that was being a little smarter than I am.
What? Hammurabi?
Yes, exactly.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the commandments, Douglas.
Oh.
That's okay, though. It's fine.
I thought you were talking about the Hammurabic Code.
No.
There are no nutrients in our food anymore, or in our soil, or in our water.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
No, you've lost Doug.
You lost
Jaden.
me there.
Sorry, Jaden, you've lost
You
Doug.
lost me
I
there.
feel like second grade science. You might.
You think you get it? You think you get it? You don't. You don't. You don't.
Sorry, Doug. He-
particularly.
I think we're
angry
just going to
that way.
record Mike reading.
Jaden tweets.
Water in the eyes and alcohol in the eyes are pretty much the same, as I know from this firsthand experience.
I don't know if I have words.
Either I lie to you or we cry together. I don't.
Okay.
These would make a good coffee table book. Just
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
When
so.
the first animal went extinct, that should have been a sign. Should have been BIN a sign.
When
I build pyramids constantly.
is this is not the parody account? This is the real
this
account.
is the real.
I've been drinking distilled water for so long that when I drink normal water, it feels like I'm swallowing huge chunks of aluminum. You taught me how to play the piano, but you've never heard me.
I hate you, Dad. But that's what that tweet says.
Oh
isn't it?
God.
The head of the Sphinx will fall off in the near future.
Is he referring to chimeras?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
That was just some of the best ones.
Those are great.
Is there a webpage that just says some of Jaden's best tweets?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what he's reading right now.
Oh, I thought you were. Honestly, I thought you were reading right off his Twitter feed.
No.
Because I was like, those are in order. That's amazing.
It had all the dates on there. I can go to his Twitter. Let's read his last one. Oh, him in a dress.
How are
Him in a dress and a
people
hat, a
this-
picture, and it says "My mood when they try to hate," and he's got a sad face.
so sad?
He's so sad.
I mean, we could bash on the boy all we want, but the girl's in just as bad a shape as the boy.
Oh, there's a girl.
There's a girl who had posted pictures of herself when she was like 13 with like a 22-year-old rapper laying in bed together, and mom and dad are okay with this. Like,
Yeah, I remember hearing about one of the Kardashians being with like a rapper, and at the time she was like 16 or 17, and they were just talking about this on some general news, like no big deal. I'm like, are we all just ignoring the fact that like we're talking about like a minor and she's with this
that's
like
child
rap,
perpetration,
like what?
predation right there. We need the guy. We need Chris Hansen to come around the corner and just be like, "What's in the bag, BBO or BOB? What's in the bag, BOB? What'd you bring over? How'd you know her parents were going to be gone? Did you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians?"
Oh, he hasn't had anything good recently.
Somebody finally shut him down.
No, it's just he doesn't post a lot anymore. It looks like.
That's too bad. He's on some other like social media thing that we haven't got yet.
All right. Fantastic. So anyway, Rogue One.
We're not doing Star Wars
We're
today.
not allowed to talk about Star
Okay.
Wars.
Is there going to be a trailer for Rogue One Super Bowl? No, probably
No.
not. Captain America.
No.
There won't be a captain. Yeah, there will be.
I think there'll be.
I feel like
Captain-
one of the summer movies always get like a big spot.
Yeah.
And it feels
Yeah.
like it feels
Deadpool probably.
Well, Deadpool will be out next
No.
week. Next,
Well, yeah. Super Bowl's this week. There'll probably be one more.
but I don't think they're going to give us any more for
Well,
Deadpool than
no.
what they've already given us.
No. So, I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, I don't think we're going to get a Rogue One trailer because I don't think
so
I don't think
either.
enough is done.
I don't think so either. I
don't think
concur.
it's time.
I concur. But we had discussed probably the rumors are the Boba Fett will be in this movie. Darth Vader definitely will be in the movie. That's not a rumor. That's pretty much confirmed at this point.
Doug, what are you doing?
I'm talking about Star Wars because I can.
Okay.
We're about done here, so I was just.
I've been like, push the button, Mike. Push the button, Mike. Come on, Mike. This one's not making it to YouTube.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, sure.
We do it in
sure.
chunks like that, and then there's
Yeah.
They'll
huge
never
gaps
know. They'll never
in
know.
between the songs. So
Yeah.
it'll make it. Don't you think
You
so?
want to bet on it?
I don't know.
What are the actual rules? Like
Steve Winwood. I don't know. That voice is very distinct. It'd be hard not to catch that.
We played 3 seconds of it, like a Minnesota Gophers song.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Content ID.
Minnesota University
It's-
busted us for
YouTube
content ID because we
it
played
is-
their fight song.
It is an algorithm that just listens as it's publishing your thing, and when it hears certain audio cues together, it just blanks it automatically. I mean, we'll get hit for things that aren't necessarily what they think it is, and typically I can argue and like appeal that. But when it is when we're talking about Coach on the podcast,
We were talking about Coach.
and
You know Coach. The
we play
sitcom
the Coach. We play the Coach theme.
We played the theme song to the show. Ding,
The
ding, ding
entire
for that.
theme song
and they
from
didn't
Coach.
care.
played 3 seconds of the Minnesota Gophers fight song
Because we
get
were
dinged.
talking about because he was the Minnesota coach and that was the theme was supposed to be the song for the college, but we pulled up the actual one to compare them.
And they're not the same.
It's not the same, of course, but
No.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was about that long.
Doesn't
Still
take much.
still bummed. Still bummed. They
The
took
Coach
Coach
is
off of
off.
Yeah, Coach is off
Netflix.
of Netflix.
I was so mad.
I heard they.
My Side of the Mountain is on Netflix though right now. I watched that this week.
I'm 6 episodes into Firefly again.
Oh, great.
There you go, Doug. I'm preparing myself to watch Serenity because I still have yet to watch it.
Yeah, it's not that great.
That's all right. Watch Eyes.
I know.
It's not. It was mediocre.
Mediocre. Whatever.
You're ridiculous too.
You watch Firefly? You ever watch it?
I haven't, but it's on my suggested Netflix. I just haven't started it.
You should watch it. Do you
It's
like
really good.
westerns?
Yeah.
Do you like space?
I like more of like the.
Do you like
sci-fi stuff.
humor?
You like
You like
beans?
humor?
Do you like humor? Do you,
You like,
You like
Steve?
George-
George
will, you,
Carlin?
will you beans with George Wendt? No, you should watch Firefly. You like
You
Star
should.
Wars.
It's okay.
You like westerns. You like Star Wars. You like Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon.
I don't know. That's
Avengers
probably an
director,
actor.
stuff like
All
that.
right. I'm not good. I don't know all the
Buffy,
names
the,
of these
the vampire.
You like
Slayer.
Avengers. You like
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
These
yeah.
3 things. You like Avengers,
Yeah.
right? You like Star Wars.
Yeah.
You like westerns.
Yeah.
You'll love Firefly.
Okay.
Love it. You will actually.
You will.
Love
Ma-
is a
If you like
strong
those
word.
things.
Beat the two first episodes, and then you'll be good.
Okay.
First 2 episodes are a little rough, but once you start to like get into the, get the gist, and as soon as you see Wash Not watched. Did you see Jane kick a guy in the back of a turbine? You're good.
That's episode 2.
I know, but like that to me, like
It is
that's
the end of the episode.
That is like you make it through that point and you get to that and you're like, I got this
It
show
wasn't
now.
him. It was Captain that did
Yeah.
it.
No, Jane.
No, I just watched it yesterday.
I thought he turned and Jane kicked him and then he started talking to the next.
No,
guy.
he kicked him, and then Jane pulls the other guy up. and
That's
says,
right, that's
Here's the money, and the guy's
He's
like, "Oh
just-
no, I'm okay."
Yeah, he's just talking to him again. Okay. You get to that point, that's like the cliff. After that, it's just like you can't watch it fast enough. Unless you're Doug. This has been episode 96 of the Buffalo Brotherhood. This is before the break for the first week of February, as we're heading into the Super Bowl. So if you want to follow on, make your Super Bowl predictions, you can do so at facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood. If you want to follow the show on Twitter, you can do so at BOBcast96. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can at BuffaloCast. Follow Mike on Twitter at FuMan2, 2 O's, 2 N's, and the number 2. Follow Doug on Twitter at RefriedEvil. Any people down there do Twitter stuff?
Do you do Twitter?
No?
Twitter.
Okay.
No Twitter.
No Twitter.
Just Instagram.
Just follow Jaden Smith. That's all you do.
Yeah.
Just follow Jaden Smith. You can follow Jaden Smith at the real Jaden Smith.
How do you know that?
Is that really what it is?
It is.
Hold on. I'm
If it
pretty
is,
sure
that'd
that's
be
what
funny.
it is.
Because that's
It's
what,
official Jaden.
Official Jaden.
oh,
I'm
you can
sorry.
follow at official Jaden. But I mean, honestly, it's always the same thing. Thank you guys so much for being with us, and we'll see you next week. After Mikey lets it restart again. I understand. I did it quick.
I was getting a cough drop.
Your hands were off the board.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can't steer this with your knees, sir.
No.
Come back next week. So we're going to talk about
You
powerlifting.
could have just
Right.
stopped the recording.
That's
there and
okay.
deleted it.
That's okay.
May
We'll
your
come back next
forehead
week. We're
grow
going to
like
talk
the
about
mighty oak.
We're going to talk about lifting heavy things.
lifting, man chunking, and woman chunking, possibly. So see you guys.
Can you find my shoes?